Welcome back, Vikings Nation, to a brand new segment here. We're one-on-one today with Gabby Ziegenbalg, star point guard for the Lady Vikings today in anticipation for their home state playoff game versus Our Lady of Mercy. Thank you for taking the time to meet with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yep. So, first off, right, there's a reason I'm sitting down here with you today.
Yeah.
Right? You've had one of the greatest careers in Union Catholic girls basketball history. You don't really have as amazing of a career as you had without having really a strong love of basketball.
Exactly.
So, what would you say, started your love of basketball?
I think just like when I started in middle school, just all my friends really loved it, even from like an early age. It was just really fun to me. I found like joy out of it, and I feel like over the years it kind of like grew on me, and like I started playing AAU. I met so many of my good friends that I have now. And I think that also was a key factor of why I love basketball so much. Like meeting new people, getting to travel all the world, and playing basketball itself. Like basketball is so fun. It lets me like express myself outside of like my regular life, and I think it's a key factor of like who I am.
Yep. So clearly you love basketball, right? You spent a lot of time playing as a child. But did you ever play any other sports, or was that just basketball?
So I used to play soccer and I used to do dance. Dance was like my main thing.
Really?
But I broke my shoulder, and I forget what, maybe 7th grade.
Yep.
And I quit dance and I chose to play basketball full time. So that's kind of like, I was balancing the both of them.
Makes sense. So once you started playing full time, what was your routine like for basketball training to be as good as you are on the court right now?
It was a lot, like especially with the recovery, because that took a while. That was a big impact. I would go to the gym, take a few shots with I broke my right shoulder, so I'd work on my left hand. Then once I was recovered, I do workouts with my trainer, and then I also have like AAU practices, high school, or like at the time they were middle school practices. And then just outside, I have a shooting gun at my house, so I'll go and I put it in the street and I'll go around, shoot some shots. So that's really and play some games I have my friends and I made a team, so we play sometimes.
I mean, I'm sure the neighbors love the gun in the street.
They love it. They all hype me up, and it's so funny.
Yep. So after your basketball experience in your youth, you come to Union Catholic sophomore year. What are your first impressions of Union Catholic as a whole?
I was impressed with the way the community was. I know a lot of people love saying oh, community, this community, that. I had never felt such a presence of everyone. Everyone was so supportive, so welcoming. I made friends immediately. Right off the bat, it was just such good vibes, and everyone was amazing. Teachers were amazing, accepting. They welcomed me right in. They taught me everything I missed maybe in the years previous. Yep. So it was really helpful, and everyone was so supportive.
That's amazing to hear. But unfortunately, over your first 2 years here at Union Catholic, your team was 17-30.
Yeah.
What did you really think you learned from those 2 years?
I think coming in as an underclassman, I was still getting the sense of the speed, the people, the environment, and I think that's what I think everyone. We had a lot of transfers, a lot of incoming freshmen, and a few seniors that had been there for a while, and then everyone in between. I don't think we really had a lot of juniors that year.
Yep.
So the seniors obviously led a lot, and then the freshmen coming in were still learning, and then the transfers also the same thing. So I think that it was definitely a learning experience, getting to know the game and everyone on the team, and working together, meeting new people. And then even the next year, my junior year, same thing. We had a really strong team, even better than the last. Getting a feel for the new team, incoming freshmen, and then obviously senior year, we all stuck together and it bloomed.
Yep. As I said, you guys won 17 games your first 2 years. This year, you won 17 games. So what really changed this year to really, have that much of an improvement?
I think everyone really bought into our coaches, her plan for us.
Yep.
We worked hard. We come in every day, worked really hard to practice, everything full speed. And I think one of the big things is everyone gives it their all the time.
Yep.
Heart and soul on the court, practice, game, whatever. And I also think our team chemistry is so good. We spend time with each other outside of basketball. We go get food. We do fun activities. We go places. So I think that has a very big role.
That's really nice to hear. I mean, you said the chemistry, right? But me personally, I think the offense has massive deal to do with the success. And I don't know if you know this, but since points were tracked by NJ.com, which is over a decade and a half of stats, your team recorded the most points ever scored by a Lady Viking squad with 87. So what would you really say?
I never knew that.
I know. So what would you really say made your offensive potential so potent?
I think we implemented a lot of like good plays. Our coach really took the time to like analyze like our competition's defense, what we're strong at, and like specifically making those plays centered around us and like our opponents. And I think we really bought into like running them correctly this year, like compared to maybe some other years where we weren't running them as efficiently. And I think everyone is just working hard. Like there were times where we came in at 6:30 in the morning and like shot on the gun or whatever. And I think just the hard work and the mentality really helped with the offense because we all know our strengths, we all know our weaknesses, and like we know each other's strengths and weaknesses. So we all like we work for each other. I think that's very big.
Yep. And you talk about buying in, especially with Coach Jackie Dyer. Her first year was your first year. How would you say that you guys have grown in your relationship over the past 3 years?
Yeah. So at first, obviously, we didn't really know each other at first. Even as that season went on, she was such a great person, a great coach, great friend off the court, like a mentor to me, like always listening, always gave me great advice, like whether it was basketball or outside of basketball. And I feel like that relationship only grew. Like we have like we're on the same mind or like the same mindset, same page a lot of the times. So I think that really helps like on and off the court.
Definitely. And over those 3 years that you've built that relationship, you've built, one heck of a career for yourself, right? You look on that wall, your 1,000-point banner is coming soon.
Yes,
you look on that wall, your conference championship banner is coming soon.
Oh, so happy.
So what does it really feel like to know that you've built a legacy here?
It's so crazy to me. Like I really have no words. Like knowing that it's also like it hits home because my mom went here as well, my entire family. So I feel that like being able to come here and like carry on, I guess, their legacy in a sense is it's really important to me and shows that I could accomplish great things, like our team could accomplish great things, and just the hard work does pay off.
Yep. And on the talk of, legacy, we're both seniors, right? Yeah. We're both graduating very, very soon. So what are your plans to do after graduation, both academically and athletically?
Yeah, so I'm going to Mount St. Mary College in Newburgh, New York for academics and basketball.
Congrats.
Thank you. And then I plan on studying pre-dental, which is kind of like the biomed area. Very cool. Very, very exciting. It's unique for sure.
Definitely. That is very, very unique. What really made you want to study dentistry?
Yeah, so when I've always been like interested. Like when I was a kid, my dentist would always be like, yeah, you have to be a dentist when you grow up. You have to be a dentist. I was like, no. But then I got my braces, and the way everything like moved in my mouth, it was just so like interesting to me. And I was like, I could see myself doing this because I want to be an orthodontist in the long run. So the way it amazed me, and I said, I could see myself doing this.
I agree. I've had braces twice. It really is magical.
It's magical.
Your teeth.
It stinks when you have them on, but
it does. You can't eat very much.
But it's so cool.
Yep. You talk about your dentist influence on you. But how do you think, you see, both the basketball culture and the school as a whole has influenced you?
Yeah, so I think, like, accountability is definitely something really important. Like, being on top of everything, doing everything till it's right, like, academically and athletically. Like, for, like, academics, studying until you get the grades that you want. And then, like, basketball, working hard, doing things specifically and, like, down to the very last detail to get the outcome you want.
Definitely. I mean, we got a little bit off topic with, dentistry, but the reason we're here, right, the last time the Lady Vikings hosted a state tournament game was 2020. The last time the Lady Vikings won a state tournament game was 13 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
So what would a win against Our Lady of Mercy, the team that I believe knocked you out last year?
Yeah, we played them last year.
What would it mean to you?
It would mean a lot to me. I think we really have it. I think we could beat them. Especially to get revenge from last year. Yep. I think it'll be a very, very close game, like coming down to the wire, head to head, obviously, like giving it our all. Like the seniors don't want to graduate. We don't want to play our last game. So I think that's really going to motivate us. And then the rest of the team they all follow along. So I think we have a shot. I think we could win.
Definitely. I think so too. I mean, thank you so much for doing this, Gabby. I mean, obviously winning the whole thing is a very, very tall task. But if I had to ever pick a Union Catholic team that was ever going to, get back in the promised land, it would be you guys. So good luck, Gabby.
I'm honored.
Yep. And go make some history.
Yes, I will.